Part 23. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 221. After singing a song, the audience in the audience screamed in unison. One more song. One more song. The host in the audience said excitedly to the camera. It's incredible. A person who claims to be tone deaf and unable to sing can actually hit the high notes with the Queen of China, and even vaguely beats the Queen. He is a true folk singer. I have a hunch that from today on, a superstar will rise. If Suchen heard what the host said, he would just sneer. In another half a month, it will be the real end of online games. By then, apart from strength, no stars, queens, or kings will be of any use. Under the 6 realms of gods and demons, the weak will only survive to be slaughtered. Ignoring the enthusiasm of the audience, Suchen returned to his seat and closed his eyes again to rest. Yun Feiyan naturally knew the temperament of his younger brother. He could sing a song with him just now, and it was already 2 years ago. People's most beautiful memories. At the moment, she sang the song again in a happy mood. Her beautiful eyes glanced at Suchen in the corner from time to time, and her heart was as sweet as honey. On the surface, she sang for her fans, but in fact she sang for the people in her heart. Sing. An hour later, Suchen suddenly opened his eyes. A cold light flashed in his eyes. The secret is here. Yun Feiyan was still singing a love song affectionately on the stage, and his eyes when looking at Suchen were even more tender. Rumble, rumble dash. A faint sound like thunder came from very far away. Concert hall outside. A meteorite fell from the sky and flew over diagonally. The bright flame produced by friction with the atmosphere actually covered the sun in the sky in just a few seconds. The whole city was shrouded in a dazzling white light. Concert hall. The people inside still didn't feel it. The meteorite fell towards Shenghua Square, amidst the screams of countless people. With a bang, it directly smashed through the roof of the concert hall. It fell towards Suchen's position at an extremely fast speed. At the same time, the entire music hall was shrouded in dazzling white light, and everyone fell into temporary blindness. Even the cameras and monitors could not see anything clearly. The crowd screamed in horror. They were in panic. Suchen was the only one who could stand in the dazzling white light. In the middle, he could clearly see the person who was throwing things at him. Dark energy gathered in his eyes, and a jade pendant was wrapped in dazzling light and was hitting him. Such a terrifying speed was several times faster than a bullet. If it hit him, even with Suchen Mu's physique, he would be seriously injured. But he did not dodge or avoid it, and stood in front of the green dragon-shaped jade pendant. Silently, the jade pendant sank into his body. In the blink of an eye, it reappeared on his chest. At the same time, the dazzling light in the entire hall gradually dissipated. Ding! Congratulations on getting the artifact Dragon King Jade Pendant *1. A sudden game prompt suddenly sounded in Suchen's mind. You know, Suchen is now in reality and can actually hear the game prompt. This will make those who have studied the mysteries of God's domain online games and dark energy burst. Scientists would definitely be shocked when they saw it. However, Suchen had heard it countless times and was not surprised at all. The appearance of this Dragon Emperor Jade Pendant represents that the online game of God's domain has the ability to affect reality. It has even been it is possible to bring things in the game into the real world. In half a month, the online game of God's domain will completely engulf the real world, and all mankind will enter the age of God's domain. Dragon Emperor Jade Pendant. Grade, Artifact. Player Restrictions, Junlin. Level Requirement, Level 1. Defense, 100 *, current level. Additional attributes, convert the dark energy absorbed in reality into attribute points in the game. At the same time, the experience value and attribute points gained in the game will be increased by 100%. Description: a mysterious dragon-shaped jade pendant, with the aura of the ancestral dragon faintly flowing in it. See the properties of this jade pendant. Suchen smiled slightly. His current level is level 5. The defensive attributes of this jade pendant increase as the player level increases. This means that you can now directly add a full 5,000 points of defense to him. At the same time, from now on, the dark energy he absorbs with every breath can be converted into corresponding free attribute points when the game is launched. At the same time, the experience points and attribute points obtained in the game can be doubled because of this jade pendant. Moreover, this artifact can also appear in the game when he logs into the game. In his previous life, Suchen relied on this artifact to finally grow into a powerful hero despite an unfavorable start. Under the encirclement and suppression of the agent forces of the Six Realms, he can also penetrate into the land of Tianyuan and fight against the gods and demons of the Six Realms. The screams and chaos in the concert hall gradually subsided under the protection of security. People were shocked to find out. Although the roof of the huge music hall was smashed by something, a large hole of tens of square meters was made. But inside the hall, it was intact. Thousands of spectators, except for the injuries caused by the panic stampede just now, there were no accidental injuries. What happens? It seems like something crashed in. Could it be a meteorite falling from the sky? When a meteorite falls, shouldn't there be a crater? How come we are still fine here? What a great concert, something like this happened. No one expected it. Yunfi Ian was relieved after seeing that Suchen and the cute little white rabbit were fine. Taking this opportunity, he expressed his gratitude to the audience, everyone, including the audience in front of the live broadcast screen, solemnly announced that she is quitting the music scene. From now on, the Queen of Heaven Zhou Yeping will no longer exist. In this world, she is the only one Yunfi Ian. A Yunfi Ian who devotes himself wholeheartedly to the game and assists Suchen in his dominance. Panic undecided fans fell into great regret and sadness when they heard the goddess's announcement. Only a few fans expressed understanding and comfort. Countless people gathered in front of the stage and called Yunfi Ian not to leave. There were even fanatical fans who wanted to. He was about to rush onto the stage and pounce on her. Yunfi Ian, who had been practiced a few times, was kicked away. Then, with everyone's shocked and incomprehensible eyes, he led Suchen and the cute little white rabbit under the protection of the staff. Exit and leave the venue to read the ununderlined version of the novel. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 222. Sister, that kick you just performed was so cool. Bio's not good. In the special nanny car, the cute little white rabbit said to Yunfi Ian excitedly. Yunfi Ian glanced at Suchen sitting next to him with an embarrassed look, and said angrily. I don't have any, don't talk nonsense. Then she sat upright and pretended to be a lady. At the same time, she carefully peeked at Suchen's expression. The latter felt a little funny. By the way, brother Su, how come you can even play the piano and sing? The singing was so amazing, I was stunned. The cute little white rabbit looked at Suchen with admiration. Yunfi Ian also looked over curiously. I learned a little bit when I was bored before. Suchen said vaguely. After being reborn for 9 lives, he lived for a total of 60 or 70 years. Not to mention playing the piano and singing, he even dabbled in calligraphy, painting, and martial arts. In addition, with his current physique, fine-tuning his voice, controlling rhythm, and coordinating his body shape are far beyond ordinary people's imagination. After only a very short period of adjustment at the beginning, you can achieve the level of a singer. Of course, Suchen still can't be like a top singer or pianist. Throughout the day, Suchen accompanied Yunfi Ian and the cute little white rabbit to eat and go shopping. Suchen in the game is cold, busy, and decisive in killing. In reality, Suchen is cheerful, sunny, and humorous, and often makes the two beauties laugh. The relationship between Suchen and Yun Feiyan heated up rapidly. If the cute little white rabbit was not there, there would still be no problem for the two of them to hold hands. In the middle, a policeman came to ask about the concert hall, but Hentaying Company stepped in and easily settled the matter. Mainly because during the falling process of the artifact, the white light was too dazzling. All the cameras and monitors did not record the process of Suchen obtaining the Dragon King Jade Pendant. Several people exchanged contact information with each other. At 8 o'clock in the evening, Suchen went online on time after returning home. Ding! The artifact Dragon Emperor Jade Pendant successfully converts energy and gets you 100 free attribute points. As soon as he entered the game, a system prompt sounded in his mind. Suchen curled his lips and added all the 100 free attribute points to strength. The amount of dark energy on Earth continues to increase. In the later stages, Dragon King Jade Pendant will be able to convert more attribute points for me every day. With this artifact, when the end of the online game comes, I will gain hundreds or even thousands of additional attribute advantages compared to ordinary players. Not to mention the benefits of doubled experience points and attributes. Touching the dragon-shaped jade pendant on his waist, Suchen took a deep breath and focused on the demigod-level golden dragon lair that had been successfully fused before. Golden Dragon Lair. Level, Demigod. Description, a lair where the golden dragon pet mount can be recruited. The golden dragon is the most powerful of the two winged dragons, possessing extremely strong physical strength and magical attack power. Recruiting a golden dragon requires 5 sulfur, 10 crystals, and 5 million gold coins. Normal production time is 1 hour per head. Additional consumption of materials and gold coins can shorten production time. This lair can produce up to 50 golden dragons at the same time. The maximum growth level of the golden dragon is level 100. It can actually grow to level 100. Suchen was overjoyed when he saw the description of the golden dragon's lair. You must know that even his Thunder Dragon King has a maximum growth level of only 25. The higher the growth level, the greater the pet's future achievements and strength. It is worthy of being a demigod level lair. If I had a group of dragon riders riding full level golden dragons, I believe even the Church of Light would dare to fight hard. Thinking of this, Suchen immediately built this nest on the original site of the Thunder Dragon's nest. Ding! Your golden dragon lair has been successfully constructed. Do you want to start recruiting golden dragon pets now? Sure. Recruit at full capacity. There are many things like sulfur and crystal in Yingying's royal warehouse. Even Balin, the king of Gushan, sent Suchen a lot. Suchen has no shortage of these materials. As for gold coins, Suchen there is no shortage. With the gradual expansion of ocean trade, there are more and more game coins in the God's Domain online game. There are also more and more gold coins deposited in the Junlin Money Bank. Currently, the gold coins Suchen gets from the money bank every day, it has reached 3 billion. The total number of gold coins has exceeded 10 billion. When intercity trade and ocean trade mature later, Suchen will earn even more gold coins every day. In addition, his Dragon City can also earn him more every day. Get massive gold coins. Ding! The maximum load of this layer is 10 times acceleration. The amount of materials and gold coins consumed is increased by 5 times. Up to 50 gold heads can be arranged at the same time, please confirm the quantity. Suchen thought for a moment. He chose for acceleration and production scheduling, with a total production quantity of 1000. One golden dragon would cost 10 million gold coins. 1000 gold dragons would be exactly 1 billion gold coins. It would take a total of 5 hours of production time. 5 hours later, there should be news from Duobeo Pagoda Forest. In this way, the time and cost are just right. After doing this, Suchen went to Jingtao City first. He handed over the previous task of clearing the Imperial City ruins. Ding! Congratulations on completing the mission. Survey the ghost generals of the Imperial City ruins. Obtain gold coins 1,000, experience 100,000, 1 epic equipment, and 3 goblin airships. Ding! Since you are the only player to complete the character in the regional dungeon and your contribution exceeds 10 million, you will receive an additional reward of 10,000 gold coins, 1 million experience points and 10,000 prestige points from the City Lord of Jingtao City Shiyi. Ding! Your bravery has been appreciated by the King of the Merchant Principality Kultiras, who has specially awarded you the title of Baron. And obtain the level 10 business proficiency skill. Hearing the system prompt, Suchen raised his eyebrows. He didn't expect to receive so many rewards. He even received the title of Baron. The title can bring Suchen a high reputation in the major principalities and the respect of more NPCs. It can even trigger more special and hidden tasks. As for level 10 business mastery, it can bring about an additional 20% of gold coin income to Suchen. This extra income also applies to the business brought by Suchen's fusion of gold coins. Received. After politely declining the warm hospitality of the city lord Shiyi, Suchen went to the Principality of Mage without stopping. The legendary NPC Gongshaban was there. The legendary top material colorful stone to build the god-killing tower, and the god-level hidden mission Ancient's Wind, but they all fell on him. Fei. Lu reminds you, 3 things about reading: collect, recommend, and share. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 223. Just when Suchen set off for the Master Principality, 2 consecutive server-wide announcements suddenly passed before my eyes. Ding! Server-wide announcement. North M Service Area War Overlord Guild successfully obtained City Building Order *1. Gain add 500 reputation in towns across the server. Ding! Server-wide announcement. Z Country Service Area Beast Blood Boiling Guild successfully obtained City Building Order *1. Gain add 500 reputation in towns across the server. At the same time, on the World Channel, the 2 major guilds issued notices almost at the same time. War Overlord Guild announced the establishment of a comprehensive strategic cooperation alliance with Light Church, and the new City of Victory will be built in one day. By then, the branch of the Church of Light will be stationed in the City of Victory. All players in the server are welcome to visit the City of Victory, and entry fees are waived. The Beast-Blooded Guild announced the establishment of a comprehensive strategic cooperation alliance with the Jade Dragon Temple, and the new City of the Beast King will be built in one day. By then, the Jade Dragon Temple branch will be stationed in the City of the Beast King. All players in the server are welcome to visit the City of Beast King, and the entrance fee is waived. Such shocking news immediately attracted the attention of all players in the server. I go. 2 city founding orders were actually exploded at the same time. The explosion rate of city building orders has been increased. The plot of 100 cities for hegemony has really sped up. I heard that super guilds such as Sakura Purgatory and Gold Star are also brushing city building bosses. They actually joined forces with the agent forces of the 6 realms right away. It seems that these guilds are all afraid of Dragon City's revenge. Of course, it doesn't matter what the boss of Junlin's temper is. If you don't hold on to the thighs of these forces, as soon as their new city rises, the King of King's Landing may attack it with his dragoons. There are also many understanding people among the players who can see the current situation clearly. All of a sudden, I captured the information inside these announcements. When these guilds were established in Dragon City, they mobilized tens of millions of people to attack the city, and hundreds of frost dragons stole the city. Now it's their turn to build the city, so they are naturally afraid of Longchen's retaliation. Haha, Do you think you will be safe if you unite with the agent forces of the Six Realms? Too young, too simple. Suchen sneered. Once he captures the goblin tribe's Ratchet City, his dragon general level will be raised to level 4. He can command 10,000 dragon cavalry. Then he can use the Mother of Divine Power in the secret realm of the Imperial City. Fused with a group of 8 Wasteland Dragon Knights, equipped with upgradable evolutionary armor. Even if it is a branch of the Church of Light, he dares to use steel. If he waits until he completely transforms the entire Broken Dream Island into a floating island, then equip it with there are thousands of god-killing towers, even if they are the home base of the Church of Light, he dares to directly destroy them. Get enough colorful stones first. When the god-killing tower is built, I won't be afraid even if the gods and demons from the 6 realms come. Teleport all the way to the Wind Element City in the Principality of Mage. The wind element here is obviously more lively than others. It is the favorite place of many wind mages. I remember the legendary NPC Gongshaban was located next to a nearby wind element mine. Suchen recalled his past life. Riding Black Dragon G Mengli, she set off from Wind Elemental City and flew west for dozens of miles. A huge abandoned mine appeared ahead. Ding! You discovered a new map, Ancient Wind Element Crystal Mine, and gained add 1000 experience points. Although this place has been abandoned for a long time. However, due to the existence of the remaining wind element crystals, strong winds blow here all year round. Even Black Dragon G Mengli's flight was affected. Now she simply walked all the way. It took more than 20 minutes to walk. Su Chen saw a tall and thin old figure with white beard and hair, leaning on an iron staff and carrying a special cage on his back, standing motionless in the strong wind. He seemed to be concentrating on sensing something. Looking at the idea above his head, he was clearly looking right. It's the legendary NPC Gongshaban. Legendary NPC, Gongshu. Level. Life. Attack. Defense. Skill. Description: the head of the Gongshu family of this generation is on a mission to find the ancient art of creation. He has traveled across the continent for hundreds of years, looking for all the secrets about the ancient times. The character information is all question marks. Suchen raised his eyebrows. It seems that the other party has obviously used the concealment and shielding skill. I'm afraid his current appearance is not his original appearance. Let me just talk about how a god-level hidden mission can be triggered by a legendary NPC. It seems that this Gongshu class is not simple either. The other party seemed to have noticed Suchen's arrival, and turned around to look. You actually have the aura of ancient times. It seems that our meeting was not a coincidence. Gongshaban's words made Suchen's heart move. It seems that the god-level hidden mission scroll Ancient Wind on his body played a role. Gongshaban didn't seem to be surprised by Suchen's arrival, and raised his finger to point to the abandoned mine in the distance. The tornado wandering above said. A group of evil wizards took control of this ancient wind crystal mine and created these wind tornado monsters. I suspect that there is an ancient mine buried under this ancient mine. If you can wipe out this group of evil mages and kill the most powerful evil wizard to prove your strength, you may be qualified to accompany me to explore the ancient mine. The public transport team issued a mission to Suchen. Ding! Congratulations on successfully triggering the god-level hidden mission Ancient Wind. 1. Clear the evil mage in the wind element crystal ancient mine, and kill the lord-level boss evil mage. You will receive exploration of the ancient mine qualifications. At the same time, you have the opportunity to obtain the mining rights of ancient mines. You can actually get the mining rights of an ancient mine. Seeing the introduction of the first stage of this god-level mission, Suchen's eyes lit up. I don't know what kind of ancient mine this is. It would be great if it were ancient ores such as broken gold and heavy crystals that can give weapons true damage properties. He currently only has a few dozen pieces of broken gold and barite ore. Just enough for yourself. If you want to turn all of your dragon riders into powerful units with real damage attributes, you must have a broken gold mine or a barite mine. But ancient ores are extremely rare. Not to mention this kind of special mine. Suchen thought as he accepted this task. Old man, please wait for my good news. To read the underlined version of the novel. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 224. Gongshabun, who had white hair and beard, had tears in his cloudy eyes. He smiled and whispered. Old friend, I've finally waited for you. This time, let me take you to unlock this ancient secret. Suchen and Black Dragon G Mengli traveled 10 miles. In the windy abandoned mine, wind tornadoes tens of meters high began to appear. They were 100 meters apart from each other, wandering slowly. Just in time to block the entrance to the abandoned mine. Suchen looked at the properties of these wind tornadoes. Wind tornado. Level 40, Elite. HP, 100.000. Attack, 2000. Defense, 500. Skill, Wind Strangulation Throwing Stun. Description, a monster created by the evil mages who have long occupied the ancient wind element crystal mine to prevent all outsiders who want to enter the mine. Properties are average. Suchen looked at the number of these wind tornadoes. There are about hundreds of them, stretching for 7 or 8 miles. Immediately summon all 1000 dragon cavalry from the dragon general space. See General. 1,000 dragon knights, riding majestic and tall thunder dragons, faced Suchen, beat their chests with their right hands, and shouted in unison. Attack. Suchen held the heavy sword Zushan Emperor, pointed diagonally at the hundreds of wind tornado monsters in front of him, and shouted. The leader of the 8 Desolation Dragon Knights immediately led the dragoons and rushed forward with an overwhelming momentum. Ordinary dragoons, their attributes, including the Thunder Dragon mount, are about 1500 to 1800 defense. Coupled with Suchen's Dragon General Halo gain, the attack and defense are doubled. The attack of the wind tornado cannot break their defense at all. Let alone let's talk about the 8 Desolation Dragon Knights with more terrifying attributes. 1,000 dragon cavalry galloped in the mine like the Gobi Desert, shaking the ground. Immediately afterwards, these dragon cavalry quickly dispersed. All the surrounding wind dragon scrolls are attracted and pulled to one place. The only 8 Desolations Dragon Knight, faced with more than 300 wind tornadoes, directly activated the god-level skill Battle of 8 Desolations. This magical skill can let him be within a kilometer range. For every additional enemy unit, the attack speed and attack range will be doubled. The duration is 20 seconds. In other words, in just 20 seconds, his attack speed and the attack range has increased to a maximum of 100 times. This is a full 100 times the attack speed. God-level talents are not so abnormal. It is simply crazy. The spear in his hand is as if it is equipped with high speed, shooting out continuous shadows in the air. They were all stabbed by his spear, making loud explosions like firecrackers. The 8 Desolation Dragon Knight itself has a hit value of 40,000. In addition, Suchen's Dragon General Halo doubles the attack gain. 2 spears can pierce them. A wind tornado. It can blast hundreds of wind tornadoes in 2 seconds. In just 7 seconds. All 320 wind tornadoes in the field were wiped out by this 8 Desolate Dragon Knight. Dozens of them one after another. The meter-high wind tornado instantly exploded into chaotic airflow and dissipated in the air. Ding! You killed Wind Tornado *1 and gained 4,000 experience points. Ding! You killed Wind Tornado *1 and gained 4,000 experience points. Ding! You killed. System notification sounds poured into Suchen's mind like a tide. The experience value in the experience storage tank instantly increased by 1.28 million. Black Dragon G Mengli, who was standing nearby, immediately used the greed skill. Suddenly, the equipment, skill books, and gold coins exploded by more than 300 wind tornadoes all entered the space of Suchen's backpack. Qing Yishui's level 40 bronze equipment and ordinary skill book. They were all broken down into fusion points by Suchen, and a total of 500,000 fusion points were obtained. Suchen's dragoons were able to deal with such a large-scale attack by high-level elite monsters in less than 3 minutes. More than 2 minutes of it were still wasted on pulling and attracting monsters. Seeing the terrifying aura of the Bawang Dragon Knight, he led nearly 1,000 Dragon Knights back. Ji Mengli's eyes shined. Fighting in the 8 waste skills like this, which become more and more crazier as she fights, are most suitable for a violent woman like her. He immediately took Suchen's arm, rubbed it hard and said coquettishly, "Master, Mengli also wants skills like his." Suchen smiled bitterly. "Don't tell me that you girl wants the magical skill of the 8 Desolations Dragon Knight Battle of the 8 Desolations. Even I am very greedy." "Correct. I remember that the online game God's Domain has props like skill copy card, but you can only buy them in the mysterious store. When things are over here, go look for this kind of prop. If you can copy all the magical skills such as slaying the 8 wastes, it will be great to fight in groups in the future. Put your mind away." Suchen led 1,000 dragon riders and continued to advance deeper into the mine. After a while, 10 evil mages wearing grey robes filed out of the mine in the distance. They were all silver level. "Big boss. Evil mage. Level 45, silver level boss. HP, 500,000. Attack, 5,000. Defense, 1,200. Skill, summon wind tornado multiple wind blades wind flying Fenjiaozhan." Description: this group of evil mages were originally senior mages of the Mage Kingdom. In order to escape the responsibility of the crimes they committed, they became loyal followers of the evil Dharma King. A group of lowly warriors dared to trespass into my king's forbidden territory. The omnipresent wind element. Hear my call. Cut these disrespectful guys into pieces. Multiple wind blades. Chi, chi, chi. Ended with the chanting of these evil mages. 3-meter-long translucent wind blades slashed at Suchen and the others with a shrill roar. There are a lot of wind blades. Each evil mage fired dozens of them. The 10 evil mages combined to send hundreds of messages. Additional magic skills double the attack, with attack power reaching tens of thousands. Suchen immediately put all the ordinary dragon cavalry into the dragon general space. Then he raised the heavy sword in his hand, Emperor of Death, and activated the semi-god level skill Heaven and Earth, returning to the sect. Cut down with the sword. Within a diameter of 500 meters ahead. Suddenly thousands of transparent lightsabers fell from the sky. Slash the evil mage below. Minus 188.440. 3 crit, minus 565,320. Minus 188.440. Underscore Feeler reminds you, 3 things about reading: collect, recommend, and share. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 225. Suddenly 10 evil mages were on the field, and an attack damage of hundreds of thousands or hundreds of thousands floated above their heads. Among them, 3 evil mages even triggered triple, even quadruple, or quintuple critical hits. The blood volume is cleared directly. Ding. Congratulations on successfully killing the silver level boss Evil Mage 3 and gaining experience points 150,000. Ding. You get the silver equipment Evil Robe *1. Rare skill book Multiple Wind Blades *1. Get gold coins *3000. The blood volume of the other 7 evil mages was also greatly reduced. Suchen's current attacks are all real damage attacks. Ignore all defenses of the opponent. Coupled with the tenfold attack bonus of Heaven and Earth returning to the sect, the damage is naturally terrifying. Beside her, Ji Mengli, who could no longer hold herself back, transformed directly into the true form of the black dragon, spraying out streams of dragon breath. The 8 desolate dragon knights also rushed over, raised their dragon spears, and slashed at these evil mages. At the same time, hundreds of wind blades also slashed at Suchen and the others. However, the defenses of the three are beyond 1 point. Black Dragon Ji Mengli's defense is as high as 50,000 points. Just ignore these scary looking wind blades. Ding 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 ding, the wind blade slashed at Suchen and the three of them, creating sparks. But it couldn't do any damage at all. Wind flying. Summon wind tornado. Fenjiaozhan. The terror of Suchen and others made the remaining 7 evil mages scream and roar, constantly chanting powerful skills, trying to avoid or attack. It's a pity that with Black Dragon Ji Mengli around, they can't escape death no matter how high they fly. Everything is destroyed. Fighting in the wilderness. Dragon Breath. Suchen and the other 3 also responded with powerful skill attacks. 3 minutes later, all 7 evil mages with residual health were killed. Suchen received a total of 4 level 5 silver equipment, 3 rare level skill books, and 500,000 experience points. The skill book was left behind, and the silver equipment was broken down into fusion points by him. Without the evil mage to stop them, the 3 of them successfully entered the mine. This ancient wind element crystal mine has existed for thousands of years. Mining was already taking place as early as the Great Yan Empire. Therefore, the mine is extremely large and deep. The diameter of the ground is up to 10 kilometers. Like an inverted cone, it goes deep into the ground for more than 10 kilometers. At the same time, countless small mine tunnels extend in other directions in the depths. Putting away the 8 Desolation Dragon Knights, Suchen sat on Black Dragon Ji Mengli and flew down. Just landed at the bottom of the mine. Buzz. A forbidden spell-level ceiling formation composed of wind elements firmly covered the 2 of them. Forbidden Wind's Imprisonment. This semicircular seal cover is composed entirely of bright hexagonal wind crystal elements and is extremely strong. Even Ji Mengli, who has the body of a black dragon, cannot break through. The dragon's breath burned past, but the energy in it was absorbed by the wind crystal element, making the entire ceiling cover stronger. Owner. Ji Mengli looked back at Suchen aggrievedly. It was her carelessness that caused the master to fall into the other party's trap. Suchen smiled and touched her head, signaling to calm down. It turned out to be a 35-star black dragon, and a female dragon. A hoarse voice came. From one of the tunnels at the bottom of the mine, a black-robed mage with a stooped figure and grey hair slowly walked out. Holding a holy staff, terrifying magic ripples rippled around his body. He was impressively serious. It is the most powerful boss in the ancient mine, Evil Dharma King. Evil King. Level 60, Holy Lord Boss. HP, 4 million. Attack, 20,000. Defense, 9,000. Skill, Wind Hidden Forbidden Wind's Imprisonment Forbidden to break the void Forbidden Wind Mirror Magic Sacrifice. Description: the evil Dharma King was once the forbidden spell level great mage second only to the City Lord in Wind Element City. After failing to compete for the City Lord position, he left Wind Element City and occupied the ancient Wind Element Crystal Mine in an attempt to accumulate power. Counterattack the Wind Elemental City, and take back everything that belongs to you. The evil Dharma King's deathly grey eyes were fixed on the black dragon Ji Mengli in the seal cover. Very good, you are qualified to be my king's mount. The evil Dharma King's words angered the hot-tempered Ji Mengli. Don't even think about it. Except for the master, not even gods and demons can make me surrender. Who do you think you are? The evil Dharma King smiled softly and waved the holy staff in his hand. The skill Wind Hidden was released. Immediately, a total of 500 evil mages appeared around the ceiling cover. My children, Teach this naughty little black dragon a lesson. Be careful not to kill her. Black dragons with such high qualifications are rare. Perhaps, she will be the key to my future victory over the wind elemental city. The evil Dharma King said as he turned around and walked back into the mine tunnel. With his forbidden spell level seal covering him, this little black dragon couldn't escape at all. The combined efforts of 500 evil mages were enough to make this little black dragon suffer. As for the human warrior next to him, he was directly ignored by the evil Dharma King. In front of the noble mage, all warriors are foils, followers, slaves, and cannon fodder. To look at him more than once would be an insult to one's own identity. Just when 500 evil mages began to work together to gather their magic power. Swish! Black Dragon G Mengli was taken into Suchen's body. Then take a gentle step. With a flash, he walked directly out of this forbidden spell level ceiling cover. Then there was a fist bump. Boom! Level 10 God descends to earth is activated. All attributes increased by 20 times. Suchen instantly grew into a 36-meter tall terrifying giant. Holding a heavy sword 10 to 20 meters long, he was silent and looked down at the surroundings. The condensation of mana by the 500 evil mages came to an abrupt halt. All of them looked up at the giant in front of them with their mouths wide open, speechless. Suchen raised his heavy sword with indifferent eyes and struck it down with one strike. Heaven and earth returned to the clan and behead. Suddenly thousands of transparent lightsabers fell from the sky, covering all the evil mages. Even the evil Dharma King who has not gone far is enveloped in it. Minus 370,000. 2 critical hits, minus 754. Minus 380,000. 5 critical hits, minus 1.88 million. Waves of attack damage worth millions floated from the heads of the evil mage and the evil king. There was even a 5-fold critical hit above the head of the evil king. A real damage attack worth more than 18 million floated out from his head. The evil Dharma King's eyes widened, and his distracted eyeballs revealed full of disbelief. This king, none of my mirror images, have been used. Plop! The evil Dharma King fell to the ground full of reluctance. Ding! Congratulations on successfully killing the silver level boss evil mage 500 and gaining experience points 25 million. Ding! You get the silver equipment evil robe asterisk 40. Silver equipment evil magic boots asterisk 32. Silver evil staff asterisk 5. Rare skill book multiple wind blades asterisk 19. Get gold coins asterisk 1.5 million. Ding! Congratulations on successfully killing the Holy Lord boss evil Dharma King 1 and gaining experience points 10 million. Obtain the reputation value of Wind Element City asterisk 100,000. Ding! You get the level 60 Holy Weapon King Scepter asterisk 1. Ding! You get the Holy Level Forbidden Spell Level Skill Book Forbidden Wind Mirror asterisk 1. Ding! You get gold coins asterisk 1 million. To read the underlined version of the novel. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 226. Ding! Congratulations on successfully completing the first phase of the God-level hidden mission Ancient Wind. Please return to Gongsu Ban, he will lead you to explore the ancient mine that has been dusted by time. A series of system prompts sounded in my mind. Suchen's heart moved. Check the holy level weapons and holy level skill books that I got. King's Scepter. Level, holy level. Occupational restrictions, mage, priest. Level requirement, level 60. Attack, 15,000. Additional attributes, HP add 3000, Intelligence add 50, Intelligence add 50, Intelligence add 50, Chanting minus 20%. Description: Evil King, the most powerful weapon, which can greatly reduce the chanting time of forbidden spell level skills, is the powerful weapon that all mages dream of. Skill: Forbidden Wind Mirror Image. Level: Holy Level, Red. Career restrictions: the mage can instantly copy 5 mirror images. The mirror image has 100% of its own attributes, and takes 200% damage from enemy attacks. The mirror image exists for 1 minute. Skill cooldown time 30 minutes. They are all weapons and skills used by mages. However, Dharma King's Scepter can wait until I reach level 60 and be integrated into Death-Killing Emperor to improve the level of this heavy sword. You must know that the semi-artifact Emperor Zushin is still a level 15 heavy sword. If it is raised to level 60, its basic attack power will probably increase a lot. As for this holy level skill book, Suchan thought for a while and decided to stay for now. Maybe the fusion could be used later. Decompose all the more than 70 pieces of silver equipment obtained into fusion points. Suchan looked at the 2 multiple wind blades in his backpack and thought about it. Looking at the black dragon Ji Mengli beside her. Multiple wind blades has 3 split attack effects. I wonder if it can be combined with this girl's dragon breath skill. If Mengli's ordinary dragon breath could have multiple attack characteristics, it would be even more fun to fight. Suchan tried it first, picked up a multiple wind blades and fused it with Ji Mengli's dragon breath skill. Ding! The current minimum required fusion points, 500,000. Do you want to continue integrating? Huh. It's really possible to fuse. And it's an ordinary infinite fusion, which doesn't need to consume the number of super god level fusions. At that moment, Suchan became energetic and directly fused these 20 rare level multiple wind blades together. Ding! Consumption of fusion points * 2 million. In the process of merging. Fusion successful. Congratulations on getting the legendary skill book 100 wind blades * 1. Ding! The clone Ji Mengli skill Dragon Breath has been listed as the main fusion object, and the legendary skill book 100 split wind blade has been listed as the auxiliary fusion object. The current minimum required fusion points, 2000. Continue to fuse. Deduct 5 million fusion points. In the process of merging. Ding! Fusion successful. Your clone Ji Mengli has obtained a new skill split Dragon Breath. Suchan merged all the way. Hearing the system prompt, he quickly checked Ji Mengli's skill. Skill, Split Dragon Breath. Level, Semi-Saint level. Exclusive skill, Black Dragon Ji Mengli sprays out a stream of dragon breath, gaining damage equal to basic attack power * 100%. The dragon breath will split once every 10 meters it travels. After splitting, the dragon's breath also has basic attack power * 100% damage. The maximum flying distance of dragon breath is 100 meters. Skill cooldown time 3 seconds. Damn it! Seeing the description of this skill, Suchan uttered a curse word. He was surprised and happy at the same time. Every 10 meters it flies, the dragon's breath splits once, and it can fly up to 100 meters. In other words, this split dragon breath skill can split up to 10 times. That is to say, it can split up to 512 dragon breaths. And the skill cooldown time is only 3 seconds. Every 3 seconds, 512 dragon breaths are sprayed out. How terrifying this is! There are fiery red dragon breaths flying all over the sky. This is not a semi-saint level skill, it is clearly a small forbidden spell. And it has a cooldown time of only 3 seconds. Small forbidden spell. Suchan laughed loudly and summoned the clone Ji Mengli. This girl didn't know what happened yet, but as soon as she came out, she held Suchan's arm affectionately and rubbed her. Suchan clicked. He touched her smooth forehead and said, "Look at your skills. Have you seen any changes?" Ji Mengli tilted her head and looked at the owner doubtfully, and then looked at it casually. "Ah. My dragon breath is different. Wow. Ji Mengli jumped up, transformed into the true form of the black dragon, and spit out a dragon's breath around the mine. In an instant, a red dragon's breath carrying terrifying high temperature flew out. It flew 10 meters away, and whoosh. Suddenly, it split into two identical dragon's breaths. After 10 meters, the two turned into 4. Then, the 4 turned into 8. The dragon's breath flew past. The number of divisions became more and more. Finally it actually split hundreds of dragon breaths, blasting out large craters in the rock wall of the mine ahead. It was like being bombarded by a cluster of rockets, and everything was devastated. Such terrifying lethality made Ji Mengli excited. There was a long roar in the air. Dragon breath was sprayed out in all directions. There was an indiscriminate bombing. Ha ha! Cool. Humble bugs, accept the baptism of this dragon. The majesty of the master is sacred and inviolable. Accept the baptism of this dragon. This mine is too ugly, accept the baptism of this dragon. Ji Mengli, who was having fun, finally returned to Suchen and transformed into a girl. With a sip, she kissed Suchen on the face. Ji Mengli blushed and said, "Mengli, thank you, master." Suchen touched her head dotingly. A quarter of an hour later, the two returned to the legendary NPC Gongshaban. "Old, young man, your fighting prowess impresses me. Now that the forces of the evil Dharma King have been eliminated by you, then follow me to the depths of the mines to find the ancient mines that have long been forgotten." Gongshaban, who had both white beard and hair, said to Suchen with a kind look on his face. Not sure if it was an illusion, but Suchen always felt that there was some inexplicable meaning in the old man's eyes. Now the three of them walked hand in hand to the depths of the mine. He walked through one of the mine tunnels and entered. After walking for a while, the public transportation team suddenly said to Suchen, "Young man, I see that you are quite accomplished as an engineer. I wonder if you are interested in my ancestral mechanism technique. Maybe it will also have a direct improvement effect on your engineering skills." Ancestors' mechanism technique. Suchen looked at the old man in surprise. Feeler reminds you, 3 things about reading: collect, recommend, and share. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 227. Good. The public transportation team member smoothed his white beard with his hands and said slowly, "My father-in-law loses his family and establishes himself in the world with the art of organization. It can be regarded as having the same origin as engineering that is popular in the world today, and both are derived from the ancient art of Tiangong creation. A creation created by heaven?" This is the first time Suchen has heard this name after his 9th reincarnation. "Old man, what is this heavenly creation?" "A creation of heaven." Gongshuban's eyes revealed a look of longing. It is said that it was learned from a volume of heavenly books obtained by the ancient sages. It contains the magic that can truly conquer the heaven and earth. Even the so-called gods and demons of the 6 realms have only learned 1/10 of the art of heavenly creation. If you and I can learn 1% of this Tiangong creation technique, my father-in-law loser's mechanism technique, and your engineering can all break through to the true state of transformation. Transformation? God-level engineer. Suchen raised his eyebrows and asked. Good. Hearing Gongshaban's affirmation, Suchen's heart moved. It seems that this old man's mechanical skills have reached at least the holy level, or even the demigod level. Otherwise, he wouldn't say so. And his engineering level can be seen at a glance. It seems that this old man's machine skills have most likely reached the demigod level. Let me just say that this old man is definitely not as simple as the legendary NPC he appears to be. It turned out to be a powerful character with semi-god level mechanism skills. Suchen asked immediately. Old man, I wonder where I can learn the art of celestial creation. Gongshaban smiled, as if a fish had finally taken the bait, and said, "Heavenly creation is the true heavenly book." After ancient times, it disintegrated into countless fragments and were scattered in ancient mines all over the divine continent. In 100,000 years, the gods and demons of the six realms only collected 10% of the fragments of the Book of Heaven. I'm exploring this ancient mine with the purpose of looking for the scattered fragments of Tiangong's creation. If you and I have a chance, maybe we can find a copy below. Gong Shiban said, pointing meaningfully to the bottom of the deep and dark mine tunnel. Suchen nodded, and immediately began to learn the mechanism technique of the public transport class. Anyway, if you don't learn, you won't learn. If you learn, you may also improve your engineering level. How can you let such a good thing go? The public transportation class took out a thick ancient book from his arms and handed it to Suchen. "This is the ancestral tradition of my father-in-law, the loser. Mechanism skills and family rules cannot be passed down to others. However, when my father-in-law loser arrived at my place, the number of people was already sparse. If I continue to follow him, I am afraid that this organ technique will be lost." The Gong Shiban sighed, and solemnly told Suchen. "Although the art of mechanism has the same origin as engineering, there are many ingenuities and mysteries in it. I have studied it for 300 years before I can say that I understand it. Young man, although your qualifications are extremely high, the government is most afraid of being impetuous and eager for quick success. You can study with me for 3 months. After 3 months, you will have to realize it on your own. Ding. Congratulations on obtaining the demigod level skill book mechanism technique 1. Suchen nodded absently while listening. Hearing the system prompt, he immediately chose to use. Ding. Congratulations on getting the skill introduction to mechanism. Current proficiency, 0/0. Oh no. Do you need to learn this thing from the beginning? How can Suchen have the time? Now he directly chose to integrate this mechanism technique with his holy level engineering skills. Ding. The current minimum number of fusion points required, 30 million. Do you want to continue integrating? Ding. Deduct fusion points * 50 million. In the process of merging. Ding. Fusion successful. Congratulations on obtaining the demigod level skill mechanical engineering. The moment of successful integration. Suchen's whole temperament changed again. If we say that he used to be a saint-level engineer, he has the temperament of a doctoral tutor. So now he is like an academician of the Academy of Engineering, a real Taishan Baidu and engineering master. Haha, it really elevated me to the demigod level. This mechanism technique is indeed exquisite. If it is applied to the god-killing tower or the source of power, I am afraid it can improve the performance a lot. Suchen was overjoyed. At the same time, he was also a little grateful to this selfless old man. He handed over his hands and said, "Thank you very much, old man, for teaching me everything. Fortunately, I have lived up to my fate. I have finally mastered your mechanism skills and engineering skills, and have been promoted to the semi-god level." What Suchen said was the truth, but to the ears of Gong Shiban, it was extremely harsh. "Old friend, young man. How did your character become so flighty? With your qualifications, even if you can learn mechanism technique 100 times faster than me in 3 years, I will still believe it. But how many breaths have passed? Do you dare to say that you have mastered it?" He was also promoted to the level of demigod, demigod. Gong Shiban frowned and looked at Suchen sternly. His expression was suddenly shocked, and he looked at the young man in front of him in disbelief. Gong Shiban, who was also a demigod in the art of machine arts, was most familiar with this kind of thing about Suchen. An unclear temperament. Without real strength, it is absolutely impossible to simulate this kind of temperament. He looked at Suchen with a shocked face. After looking up and down several times, he finally asked with a bit of trembling. Have you, really mastered my mechanism technique? Suchen smiled slightly, picked up a piece of rotten wood supporting the mine tunnel, and rubbed it into sawdust. Then he smoothed it over. Chi-chi. I saw a wooden bird suddenly spread its wings and flew away, with vivid eyes, and flew out of the mine tunnel. Gongshabun immediately widened his old eyes and said in a voiceless voice, turning decay into magic, you are really real, achieved the demigod level. Unparalleled genius. Unparalleled genius. The wrinkled old face of the public transportation class was suddenly moved. In the blink of an eye, he was bursting with tears. He shouted in his heart, old friend, is this life the time when your fortune will turn around? In one breath, you can comprehend the entire mechanism technique and become a demigod. Such a strong qualification, even if you were 1,000 years ago, you couldn't compare to it. If this time is really your awakening, I will help you even if my body is shattered to pieces. Feeler reminds you, 3 things about reading: collect, recommend, and share. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 228. With excitement, the public transport team led Suchen all the way to the depths of the mine tunnel. Halfway through, Suchen suddenly asked, "Old man, I wonder if you have any news about Wukai stone mine? If the old man is willing, I can exchange a lot of money for this news. Now God-killing tower only needs one material, colorful stone. As long as this kind of ore is collected, Ying can build demigod level God-killing tower in batches. The legendary top-level material colorful stone mine." The public transportation class frowned slightly, thought for a while, and said, "This kind of ore is not too rare, but it is now listed as a prohibited item by the agent forces of the 6 realms. More than a dozen colorful stone mines on the mainland are heavily guarded and sealed by them. If you want to obtain a colorful stone mine, it is tantamount to snatching food from a tiger's mouth. Are they all occupied by the agent forces of the 6 realms?" Suchen sneered in his heart and said to Gongshaban, "Old man, just tell me the location of the mine. As for how to seize the mine, the kid has his own way." Still the same character. Gongshaban sighed secretly and said to Suchen, "The nearest one is on the eastern outskirts of Yanfan city at the junction of the Commercial Principality and the Mage Principality. It is the sphere of influence of the Church of Light. If you take it, you will definitely become enemies with the Church of Light." Suchen smiled calmly. "I have killed the Red Archbishop, robbed the opportunity of the Holy Son of the Church of Light, and even killed the true God they summoned. Whether we make enemies or not is not that important anymore." At that moment, he handed over a bag of gold coins, about 10 million gold coins. Hearing Suchen's words, Gongshaban's eyes widened. It took him a while to come back to his senses. He was shocked. "The true gods have killed you, in this life, it has grown so fast." Seeing Suchen's gift, the public transport ban waved his hand and did not accept it. Instead, he took out a skill book from his arms and handed it to Suchen. "This secret book was given to me by an old friend to save my life. I never needed it. Now it's just for you. Ding. You get the demigod level skill book Shinayan *1. Looking at the skill book in his hand, Suchen opened his mouth wide. Skill, Divinity. Level, Semi-God level, 5 colors. Occupational restrictions, none. Consumes 20 points of magic to immediately enter the status of divination and become invincible within 1 second. The invisible state consumes 10 magic points per second. Using medicine or fighting will immediately leave the invisible state. In the hidden state, non-god level units cannot detect it. Skill cooldown time, 5 minutes. I go. Demigod level stealth skill book. And there are no career restrictions. I, a berserker, can learn the assassin card skill, and become invincible for 1 second after activating it. This, This book of demigod level skills is just given to me. Suchen said with some disbelief. He and Gong Shiban had never known each other before, so he could give such a great gift to the evil Dharma King and the evil mage who had eliminated the mine. Then this NPC is great. Does he have any purpose? Suchen thought as he directly learned this semi-god level Shinayan. The meat in your mouth belongs to you. Suchen will not be polite to this kind of thing. Gong Shiban smiled and nodded. He sighed in his heart, old friend, you gave me this skill book back then. Now, this skill book is returned to its original owner, and it is destined to drink and peck it. Along the way, Gong Shiban explained the prospecting knowledge to Suchen with great enthusiasm and patience. Suchen already possessed legendary prospecting skills. But the prospecting knowledge explained by Gong Shiban was beyond Suchen's understanding. This old man's prospecting skills may have reached the semi-god level. Suchen secretly guessed and listened attentively. The two walked together for more than 3 hours. More than 10 kilometers deep underground. Even the temperature has increased by dozens of degrees. Like a steamer, stuffy and hot. Fortunately, the strength of both of them is not low. This environmental change cannot affect them. At this moment, a system prompt sounded in Suchen's mind. Ding! Your legendary prospecting technique has been improved. Successfully promoted to the holy level prospecting technique. Suchen blinked. My mind is a little confused. Can you advance this way? I'm afraid I'm not a genius. After listening to the Gongsha class's lecture on prospecting for 3 hours, you can advance to the holy level of prospecting. This is the first time Suchen has encountered it in his 9th life. But this confirms Suchen's suspicion that this old man's prospecting skills are 90% Jew is also a demigod. For a time, the impression of Gong Shiban in Suchen's mind became more and more mysterious. Here we are, here it is. Go to the bottom of the mine tunnel. The public transportation class stopped. I closed my eyes and sensed it for a while. He tapped the hard granite floor with the iron rod in his hand and said with a happy face. Under 100 meters, there must be an ancient mine. Oh! Suchen also cheered up. The ancient level mine is a mine used by gods and demons. It is a great luck to find it here. Suchen murmured, I don't know what kind of ancient ore it is, there is something in it. Are there any fragments of the heavenly book of Tiangong creation? Hearing Suchen's words, Gong Shiban smiled and said fragments of the heavenly book can only be found but not sought. Only those with great opportunities can obtain them. I have searched the divine continent for hundreds of years, but have not found a fragment of the book of heaven, so I have long taken this matter lightly. If I get it I am lucky, but if not, it is fate. It's not ours, there's no need to force it. Suchen held up the heavy sword Emperor killing heaven and laughed loudly. I am different from the old man. If you can't get it, it's just because you don't have enough strength. If I have enough strength, the whole world is mine. As he said that, he stabbed hard with his sword. The legendary skill Beast King's strike. A blurry golden tiger shadow suddenly rushed out from the tip of the sword. It roared and rushed into the ground. Suddenly, the hard granite underfoot felt like it had been exploded by explosives. A deep hole with a depth of 100 meters and a diameter of more than 3 meters was directly exploded. At the same time, a sharp energy came out of the hole, stinging the skin of the two people. Gong Shiban originally smiled and said to Suchen, you guy, still he dang, hiss. I was stung by this sharp energy and took a breath of cold air. I was surprised such a golden and sharp energy. Underground, could it be that there is an ancient level smashed gold mine hidden? Broken gold, mine. Hearing Gong Shiban's exclamation, Suchen's eyes suddenly lit up. Brothers, real injury level Dragon Cavalry Regiment is here. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 229. Let's go down on my floating board. The public transportation team took out 2 1-foot diameter discs and handed one of them to Suchen. Ding. You get the legendary mechanical device floating disc *1. Suchen has learned Gong Shijia's mechanism technique, so he naturally understands the principle of this floating plate. It is somewhat similar to the source of power in the secret realm of the Imperial City. It's just that the floating plate requires energy and the power was far less than the source of power. One after the other, the two stepped on the floating plate and landed slowly. There turned out to be another huge space with a width of 1,000 meters below. There was also a hazy light emitting from the surrounding rock walls. It was actually much brighter than the mine tunnel above. At the same time, a stronger and sharper aura rushed towards my face. Ding. You have discovered an ancient level smashed gold mine. Suchen's eyes lit up when he heard the system prompt. Gongshabun looked at the golden light emitting from the rocks below. He said happily, it turns out to be a rare medium-sized ancient gold mine, and it has never been mined before. At least 1 million pieces of gold ore can be excavated from it. Wait, what is that? Gongshaban suddenly looked at the end of the crypt. There was a look of surprise and uncertainty. The two immediately stepped on the floating plate and flew past. As they got closer, the two of them discovered it. At the end of the cave, a huge rock sculpture of a human head was revealed. Fully 100 meters high. Ding. You discovered the remains of Titan King Amonthul. A system prompt suddenly sounded in Suchen's mind. It turned out to be the remains of the Titans. The public transportation class was well informed and knowledgeable, and they also recognized the origin of this human head sculpture. I'm afraid, this big guy was seriously injured by the gods and demons of the 6 realms, and finally died in the broken gold mine. Thousands of years ago, the Qing Emperor once conquered this powerful race, but the Titans were arrogant, both good and evil, and the most disobedient to discipline. During the war between gods and demons, without the Qing Emperor's suppression, the Titans declared neutrality, and even took advantage of the melee to steal the treasures of the gods and demons, but were killed and returned in defeat. Gongshaban told the story of the Titans with a touch of sarcasm. Then he unceremoniously raised the iron staff in his hand and smashed it against the huge head sculpture in front of him with a clanging sound. The layer of rock covering the surface of the human head sculpture was completely shattered. One of the Titan heads with light golden skin was revealed. Even though he has been dead for countless years, he still remains incorruptible. He actually has a demigod-level physique. Seeing the skin of this Titan, Suchen was secretly shocked. No wonder even the treasure troves of gods and demons dare to be bigger, they do have the confidence. It would not be bad if I could conquer these Titans into heavy infantry and charge into battle for me in the future. As the rubble collapsed, a fist-sized diamond-like crystal was revealed between the eyebrows of the Titan's head. Under the hazy light, it sparkled. Heaven, heaven, fragments of the heavenly book. How could this guy get the fragments of the heavenly book that record the art of Tiangong creation? Gongshaban looked at this diamond crystal and his whole body started to tremble. Ha 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 ha. This is God's will. I have been searching for the fragments of the Book of Heaven all my life, but have not found any. Unexpectedly, as soon as the little brother came today, one immediately appeared. At that moment, he waved the iron staff directly, pierced the Titan's head between the eyebrows, and dug out the fist-sized fragments of the Book of Heaven. Then he threw it to Suchen. Ding! Congratulations on getting the divine item book fragment *1. Old man, what are you doing? Suchen looked at the crystal in his hand that was shining with diamond light, looked at Gongshaban, and said doubtfully. The other party spent almost his whole life looking for the fragments of the Book of Heaven. Now I finally found one, but I gave it to myself without hesitation. This made Suchen moved, but also a little confused. Public transportation class laughs happily. I know that my qualifications are dull and my talents and opportunities are not as much as those of my little brother. The fact that I can find this fragment of the heavenly book today is because of your fate. How can I take it by force again? I only hope that in the future, little brother, after you have discovered the secret of this heavenly creation, you can explain it to me, so that I will have no regrets even if I die. Gongshaban waved his hand. A beam of teleportation light enveloped him. Little brother, the ancient secret is far more than that. When your strength reaches a higher level, come to the magic island in the endless sea, where I have prepared a big gift for you. Ha 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 ha. The teleportation light flashed. Gongshaban disappeared. In the huge crypt space, only his hearty laughing voice was left, echoing endlessly. Ding. You get the god-level hidden mission Ancient Wind, 2, released by the legendary NPC Gongshaban. After reaching level 60, go to Magic Island in the Endless Sea, and the legendary NPC Gongshaban will give you what a big surprise. Suchen looked at the disappearing figure of Gongshaban and was inexplicably moved in his heart. Suddenly he thought, if Kuroda Yoyo had not died in his hands yesterday, would he have taken the god-level hidden mission scroll Ancient Wind to find Gongshaban? Did he also gain something like this? He shook his head and stopped thinking. Suchen looked at the fragment of the heavenly book that he had obtained. Heavenly book fragment. Grade, God level. Description, a fragment that records 1,000th of the information about the divine magic of Tiangong creation. Understanding the information recorded in it can greatly improve the engineering level. Understanding the heavenly book requires a lot of energy and time. The higher the qualification, the less energy and time it takes. Note, during the process of enlightenment, you will not be able to do anything. Please enter the safe area before enlightenment. Nothing can be done during the enlightenment process. Looking at the description of this fragment, Suchen frowned slightly. It seems that the only way is to return to Dragon City and do some enlightenment. However, I wonder if this thing can be fused. Gongshaban said that if you can learn 1% of the art of creation, you can be promoted to a god-level engineer. This fragment only records 1,000th of the information about the art of creation. I wonder if it can reach percent if it is fused. Just do it. Suchen took out a heart of divine power in breeding from his backpack. Start fusion. Ding. The current fusion requires super god level fusion times 1. Do you want to continue integrating? Only once. That's perfect. Keep merging. Ding. In the process of merging. Ding. Fusion successful. Congratulations on getting the divine item fragment of the heavenly book *1. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 230. Fragment of the heavenly book. Grade, God level. Description, a fragment that records 1% of the information about the divine magic of Tiangong creation. Understanding the information recorded in it can greatly improve the level of engineering. Understanding the heavenly book requires a lot of energy and time. The higher the qualification, the less energy and time it takes. Note, during the process of enlightenment, you will not be able to do anything. Please enter the safe area before enlightenment. Haha. It really made me fuse the fragment of the heavenly book which records 1% of the information. As long as I understand everything, I can be steadily promoted to a god-level engineer. At that time, not only the performance of God-killing tower and source of power, I can greatly improve them. If you obtain god-level blueprints, you can create truly god-level engineering equipment. Suchen laughed. At the same time, he thought. Gongshaban said that the gods and demons of the 6 realms have searched for 10% of the heavenly book fragments. If I can get these fragments and fuse them, I can definitely obtain the complete heavenly book. By then, I am afraid my engineering will reach the realm of true heavenly engineering. A piece of equipment crafted at random can kill generals, gods, and even gods. Put away the fragment of the heavenly book. Suchen looked at the huge head of Titan King Amonthul in front of him. I don't know if this big guy has any value in recycling waste. Suchen touched the Titan King's remains with his hand and wanted to put it into the backpack space to see if it could be used to build equipment. After all, this is also a demigod level physique. The corpses of snakes and dogs can be used to make weapons. There's no reason for it to be so big. It can't be reused. Ding. The current corpse is cursed by gods and demons and cannot be stored in the backpack space. I go. Even after death, he was cursed by gods and demons. What outrageous things did this guy do during his lifetime? Suchen was surprised. Now let's just decompose the ball directly. Ding. Decomposing the remains of Titan King Amonthul. Decomposition successful. Congratulations on getting fusion points *10 billion. As the system prompts, the decomposition is successful. With a bang, the remains of the huge Titan King Amonthul turned into ashes and dissipated. A huge pit immediately appeared at the end of the crypt. This was where this guy's body originally was. Not bad. It actually decomposed a total of 10 billion fusion points, which is enough for Main to use for a while. The corner of Suchen's mouth curled up with a hint of satisfaction. Huh? There is still a piece of equipment left. In the deep pit, there was a ring floating quietly with dots of starlight. The ring was 5 meters in diameter and could only be worn by the giant titans. Suchen stepped on the floating plate and put it into the empty space of his backpack. Ding. Congratulations on getting the demigod level Titan equipment King of Kings ring *1. Ring of the King of Kings. Level, demigod. Race restriction, Titan clan. Function, witness the identity of the King of Titans. The one who wears this ring is the King of Titans. Can increase the wearer's all attributes by 200%. Description, the ring that symbolizes the King of Titans. After the death of Amonthul 1,000 years ago, the Titans have been looking for this ring. Because of the lack of the King of Kings ring, the Titans have been in disputes for the throne for thousands of years. He was actually named King of Kings, haha, it fits the arrogant character of the Titans. However, Suchen cannot use this ring directly. It will either be used for fusion or decomposition in the future. Or, after conquering the Titan clan, it would be good to collect a Titan clan puppet and give him this ring to create a powerful subordinate. However, Gongshabun had already reminded him that the Titans were not loyal. After the Qing Emperor died 1,000 years ago, they immediately rebelled and became independent. If Suchen conquered the Titans, he would definitely take the entire race as slaves to prevent them from having the chance to betray. Humph, even a noble Titan with the blood of the Dragon King must bow his head to me. Suchen thought like this, put away the ring, and looked at the vast gold mine. After thinking about it, he used the heavy sword Zushan Emperor to cut off pieces of rocks on the cave wall. Then he used the mechanism using the blueprints recorded in the technique, combined with mithril and elemental crystal. Hundreds of simple legendary level mining robots were created at extremely fast speeds. They were thrown into the broken gold mine below. Chirp, chirp. Suddenly, the sound of mining robots digging could be heard everywhere in the kilometer-wide mine. Ancient-grade broken gold was excavated one after another at an extremely fast speed. Suchen summoned the black dragon G Mengli. The latter used the skill greed. Immediately, a large number of broken gold ores gathered towards her, and finally fell into the space of Suchen's backpack. Ding. You get ancient level broken gold *100. Ding. You get ancient level broken gold *100. Ding. You get ancient level broken gold *100. Almost every minute, thousands of broken gold are collected into the pocket. And this broken gold mine contains millions of broken gold. Listening to the beautiful system prompts, Suchen enjoyed the rare quiet time with Ji Mengli. Half an hour later. Ding. Your administrative officer has sent you a message. The goblin Tatamu submitted a secret letter about his cousin Duobeo Talon. It is said that he has something important to explain to you, the city lord. Seeing this message, Suchen raised his eyebrows. That guy from Duobeo Talon has taken care of Ratchet City's defense. At that moment, he told Ji Mengli to leave her here. Firstly, to collect the broken gold ore, and secondly, to prevent outsiders from entering here. He himself rose to the ground, and then quickly returned to Dragon City, passing through the teleportation array, arrive at the ruins of the Imperial City below Broken Dream Island. In a hall created in a fantasy world, the Umbrella Girl Yingying is leading two dwarf legendary engineers to make equipment in an orderly manner. Yingying, how are you doing with the advanced version of the Dragon Knight Evolution armor? Suchen asked with a smile. When the Umbrella Girl Yingying saw her master, she immediately ran into Suchen's arms happily. With an expression that was one part coquettish and one part attached, she blushed and asked Suchen for credit. Master, 1,000 sets of Dragon Knight armor have been made. Yingying has improved the production process, and now the production speed is faster. These dwarf engineers are also very savvy. If they complete all the parts for 10,000 sets of demigod level armor, they will probably all be promoted to saint level engineers. Feeler reminds you, 3 things about reading, collect, recommend, and share.